Hello, Covington County. Welcome to What's Up, Covington County. And it's my lucky day here on the Tuesday, the 7th day of August 2018, doing What's Up, Alabama. And got Andalusia, got us a wonderful person here full of information and life and verve and everything else. And that's Maggie, Miss Maggie Jones from the Andalusia Chamber of Commerce.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you?
Doing great. Cannot believe it's August already.
Well, I can't believe it's the 7th day of August.
It'll be Halloween before we know it, and then Christmas.
Right.
And
Well, you folks are the folks that keep up with an awful lot of what goes on here in Covington County. We try to have you on about once a month because y'all do so doggone much here in this county.
we do. We really do. We just got done with July jams and didn't even have a day to take a breath. Really, we're back on it, doing even more with our normal agenda.
Well, you've got for instance, I know you've got a meeting later today, and folks, we're up here. It's so early the chickens hadn't even begun to talk. And we're glad to have her up here. This lady puts in the hours. In fact, both of y'all do.
We do,
Chrissy
yeah.
put in
But
an
we
awful
love it.
lot, and they work cheap. If you ever figure out how much horsepower you get for your chamber, do you? I'll tell you what, if the Department of Labor ever figures that out, they may come after us. But they do an awful lot for us. Of course, August, you think, well, we just had July jams. We had a great month. It was busy, blah blah blah. But August is a pretty big month too. You got your biggest fundraiser
Yes.
for the chamber coming up. What, the 21st?
Yes, sir. It's Tuesday, August the 21st.
Right.
And it is our 13th annual Chamber Classic. It's actually our only fundraiser that we do that goes to the chambers and helps us with our program of work. So as far as our quality of life events, and helps grow what we're able to do at the chamber.
Well, 13th annual event, and you've changed it a little bit this year. It's on a Tuesday instead
Yes,
of
it's
on a
on a
Monday.
Tuesday, and so the country club is hosted at the Andalusia Country Club, and so that's the date that they're doing the fundraiser tournaments now, is on Tuesdays. And so we usually have a pretty large tournament, about 130 golfers or so, and
Wow.
so we have split that obviously into two tee times. So we have a 7:30 a.m. tee time, and then we'll do a 1 o'clock tee time. We feed all of our golfers. We have a 3-man team, so it's a great opportunity to interact with all the industry leaders as well as just a good teamwork.
Yeah, you've got it flighted, I guess.
We do have it.
So you don't have people that have my ability playing with people.
Right, we actually will
Like
do
my
a
nephew,
first, second, and third place.
kind
out
of
each.
boat rights ability.
Yeah, we even offer the Biggest Losers prize as
That
well.
would I might be in the running for that. The only problem I've seen with that was some people would be trying.
Yeah, to win that. Yeah.
I played in a charity golf tournament several years ago down in Pensacola, and a guy comes up to me and says, "Which way do you hold this club?" I said, "You got to be kidding me." He said, "Never played a game in my life."
Oh.
And I said, "Well, this is the way you do it." He says, "God, doesn't feel right." He says, "Why?" He says, "Well, I'm left-handed." He had a set of right-handed clubs that he borrowed, and the guy won Biggest Loser, obviously.
Yes.
We could have sent him out there with a machete and a hammer, and
Yeah.
he'd done just as well. But
That's
it was a lot of
okay.
fun to be with.
Exactly. That's the whole point of it, is just to enjoy the camaraderie of it and get out and support your chamber. We also have ball drop tickets for sale, so we do a really fun ball drop with Baptist Lifelight at the helicopter. We drop golf balls out, and somebody wins $1,000 cash, and then we also have other auxiliary prizes as well. So those tickets are $10 to purchase a chance to win $1,000, and you can get those at the chamber.
I understand that's an event that the kids kind of like.
Everybody enjoys it. 1 year, I remember there was like kids on all the guys' shoulders and everything watching it, and then somebody won like a TV. Like, it was just amazing. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and like I said, we have other prizes too. But that's around 12:30 or so.
Wow.
Once we're feeding everybody, we'll drop the balls.
Well, now it's a scramble. That's not eggs, folks. If you're not familiar with what a scramble is, scramble's a way for even a mediocre golfer to have a good game and have a lot of fun, because it's like I say about my golf game, I can hit any shot. There's any shot that's in the bag, I can hit it. My problem is I don't know when I'm going to hit it. And but if you're kind of a golfer like me, you can have two other people in your team. It's handicapped so that you're not playing with people that are
Absolutely.
going to embarrass you out there. But
Right.
between the three of you taking a stroke, one of you's probably going to hit a pretty good shot. And it amazes me in a scramble how low the scores really come in. As an aggregate, it's a fun way to play golf.
I know, it's very impressive. It really is.
And of course, when y'all play golf, you and Chrissy are just busy as a.
We are. It's a very busy day. It's a very busy day out there.
Do y'all have people that come out and can provide them with a glass of water or something
Absolutely.
like that? Adult beverage if they
We
need
have
one.
beverage sponsors out there, and then we also, like I said, provide lunch for everyone, and we take very good care of our golfers. They each get a goodie bag that's filled with all kinds of amazing gifts in it that our sponsors donate. And it's not too late to sign up a team. Like I said, 3-man teams, but even if you're a single player, you can sign up as a single player, and I can pair you with some other single players, and you can make a team, and you may be the winning team, and you can win money. And
Just be honest about your handicap.
just be honest about your handicap, but it's all in good fun, and we still have sponsorships available, teams are still available, and it's not too late to sign up.
You wouldn't know anything about golf, would you?
A little.
Your granddad was a really good golfer, and a fine fella too.
Thank you.
He helped a lot of people learn the art of golf. I mean, learn it properly. Man,
Right.
if you play golf right, you're going to develop some integrity.
Exactly. Mom is amazing at golf as well, and she tries to teach me
Yeah.
every chance she gets.
Well,
but
she was a pretty good golfer when
She's
she was
great.
real young. I mean, really, she's tall and has got long muscles. She should be able to hit the ball a
yeah,
ton.
she can.
And that's great. She's a fun person to be with. But now she gets that from your grandmother.
Yeah. Yes.
That's this girl. She's Andalusia all the way. Believe me.
Thank you.
She's an old bulldog and everything else. She's all Andalusia, and we're so lucky to have her here. She brings an awful lot of talent to an already talented group of people over there in the chamber. Folks, I do want you to understand this. We talk about this and how much fun it is, but this is the biggest fundraiser. It's the only fundraiser that the Andalusia Chamber of Commerce has every year. Only one. This is it. There are no more. Now, they've got dues. Believe me, the dues are chicken feed compared to what their needs are. This is how they pay for things like Candyland and develop Candyland and develop and pay for the July jams and that kind of. They work with sponsors to do that. But we're doing things in our Chamber of Commerce here in Andalusia that they don't do until you get to a town the size of, say, Montgomery or Dothan. I mean, our Chamber of Commerce and a lot of the things that occur here in the community are outsized to our community. Usually, they've done such a good job here in the Chamber of Commerce that when you go somewhere else and you talk about Andalusia, they think we're a town of about 35,000, 45,000 people.
Right.
I wish we did have that many people here because the tax base would be great. We're about 20-25% of that number. And they do it really reasonably because we've got some innovative and talented people working hard for us. It's one of them. We're going to take a break right now, and we're going to hear from some folks that want to share some information with us, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to What's Up, Covington County. What's Up, Andalusia? I've got my partner in crime at least about 12 times a year. She is Miss Maggie from over at the Andalusia Chamber of Commerce. We've been talking about the big event, which is your fundraiser.
Chamber Classic.
The Chamber Classic, 13th Annual Chamber Classic, to be held at the Andalusia Country Club.
Yes, sir.
Now, folks, if you like golf, Andalusia, for a town our size, is very gifted. We've got a nice track over here at Evans Barnes. Don't have a very far drive over here to Cambria and Greenville for a layout that's just crazy. Don't go out there without your oxygen because one of the hills are going to get you. Or you've got, in my opinion, and I'm not a member of the country club. I've been a member here years ago, but in my opinion, this is the best small golf course. You know, probably in 100 miles. Now you can go to some of these commercialized ventures like, you know, in Pensacola or Destin or somewhere like that, where they'll try to put 1,000 golfers a day through it or something like that. And but in terms of condition of the green, you know, very few of those places that you go to now have got watered fairways. This is irrigated fairways. It's a lovely place to play, and it's got enough ground changes in it that your feet are never level. And I can remember when it was a 9-hole golf course, and then when they turned it into 18 holes. And I can remember that on Tuesday it was the Ladies' Day, and when they were adding the other 9 holes, frequently early in the morning when they would crank up the equipment, they would snakes would come out of the woods.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it was kind of scary. And a couple of my friends and I would go out there with a golf club, and when they cranked up the equipment, we'd find a snake and we'd kill it.
Stop.
And they had, you know, at that time, and I think they still got them, they had a couple of little traps down on the front side of the second hole. And we would take a snake and we'd curl it up into that trap dead, and then hide in the woods and wait for somebody to put a golf ball on one of the traps. And inevitably they'd get down there and they'd see the snake, and it was panicking. We'd come running out of the woods and take a club and kill the snake. And oh, you're the bravest one. It was pretty awful, but we were pretty awful kids at that time. Most of us, with the exception of me, turned out to be responsible adults. So anyway, that's a great place to play golf.
Yeah.
It really, really is.
Absolutely. The country club takes care of us, and we thank them for letting us do that out there.
That's a good place to go
And for
play.
people who are visiting that maybe aren't members, you know, it gives them an opportunity to play on the course as well. You know, if they sign up for a golf tournament.
Right. And there have been some great tournaments played there. People forget, you know, there's a guy that, well, he's not retired, but he's playing on the seniors tour. He's kind of long a tooth, but I can remember when Ben Crenshaw played out here. Wow. And of course, the Anthony boys were pretty good. They played at Alabama. There were some golfers that played for LSU that played out here. Point is, this is a competitive course. What's his name? Bubba Watson's played this course.
No way.
Well, yeah, when he and Kyle Boatwright were playing, you know, Kyle mostly played down there, but Bubba came up here and played a couple times. That was when they were juniors, you know.
Great.
14, 15 years old, that kind of stuff. And but he knows where Andalusia is.
Good.
He knows what that course is.
Good.
He knows what Cardiac Hill is. That's the third.
Okay.
The Cardiac Hill is great about like this, and they'll rent you a cart, and you'll need it unless you walk down. But it's a great course. Andalusia Chamber of Commerce 13th annual tournament, 21st, reasonably priced to get in. Great opportunity to play. Money goes to a good thing. We're going to keep that information at our Facebook, on our Facebook site, and of course we'll be bringing the information to you over and over again. But the Andalusia Chamber of Commerce does an awful lot of other stuff that's fun and good for Andalusia besides a golf tournament. And one of the things they do that brings about 50 or 60,000 people, I still think that's a conservative number, to Andalusia every year is Candyland.
Yes, sir.
Now that's going to be in November and December this year.
It'll be in just it's a whole month long of December.
Okay.
But we'll kick it off kind of with our Christmas parade. Will be on Thursday, November the 29th. We have a theme for that set, classic Christmas songs, and we have information about that at our chamber because we know that the whole community
Is
loves
that
to get
Thanksgiving
involved.
Day?
No, like a week after.
I know, but I know the first thing I can hear somebody says, well, them folks done put it on Thanksgiving Day. I ain't even gonna be through with my turkey by the time they got that parade.
My hopes, because Candyland kicks off that next, that on the 1st. And
Right.
so I think by then, we have no choice really. There's so much going on throughout that month, and I think it'll kick it off the Christmas spirit just in time. So November 29th is a great date, and it's on that same Thursday. The time will be like normal, the 7 o'clock Christmas parade. But we have information about it at the chamber if anybody who wants to go ahead and sign up to participate in it. I know it's really not as far away as you might think. So we've got a lot of questions about that.
It'll be right here before we know it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Candyland will kick off, so we're obviously starting to work on that, and we're excited about another great year.
How many years is that now?
I think it'll be the 5th.
I
think it'll be the 5th.
Yeah.
Christy will have to come back and
It's just
give an update on
amazing to me though how that thing is morphed out of just a few dollhouses, not dollhouses, but little playhouses
I know.
out here on the square into a really, really big event.
It's great.
This year I think Milky Moo's will be open by the time it's open.
I
I think that's gonna.
I hope so.
I think that's going to add an awful lot of atmosphere to the square because you can go get a cup of hot chocolate or something like that. You hadn't been able to do too much of that in the past, and some days it's cool up here. It's fun.
It is.
And, are you going to end Candyland this year with a big deal, the first of January 1st, or do you know about that yet?
Well, I had heard some discussion as far as the TNR committee takes care of doing the domino drop and the
that's the
event
tourism
for that
and
relocation committee. And I had heard some discussion, and so maybe somebody from that committee could tell you more about their plans. But I had heard some discussion on hosting that maybe a little bit earlier though, not at midnight.
Yeah, let's just try not to have a deluge like they did this last year.
It's just always raining. It's always raining.
Yeah.
So maybe they can, maybe we can catch it.
Well, that's a great thing y'all are involved with the Candyland. And what is the theme going to be this year? Do you remember?
For the Christmas parade, it's classic Christmas.
Classic
songs.
Christmas. That's what you said,
Classic
and I didn't
Christmas
catch
songs. So
Classic.
Christmas songs.
Now that doesn't mean you're going to have that. Grandma got run over by a reindeer is going to be appropriate then. That's not a classic. Is it?
Not quite a classic, but
I'll bet you have somebody that submits it.
yeah.
And that's interesting. Well, it's what's going to be new with that this year?
With
I mean, every year you got
We do
something.
have
You got
something new.
snow, and then we got ice skating, and rented a rink, and then the city bought a rink. We got a little train. Now we got a train that runs all over the place for the children. We didn't have. They had that hill over there at Springdale. Now it's going to have a slide on it. And all this. I mean, Andalusia does it up brown for that.
I know. Chrissy always has amazing ideas of how to make it come to life, and the city supports us, and they love the imaginativeness of it. So we hope to have some more cottages, that are made. So I still want some more little ones downtown, and we've got a little bit more room for them. So I know that there's some cottages that are in the works and some other fun projects.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fun thing. We get to sit over here and watch the children. It's right across. The one at the square is right across from our studios, folks, and we get to sit and watch the children, and they just have a ball. So do the parents. I mean, they're constantly taking pictures. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing for Andalusia.
We recently had a message to our website from, I want to say the lady was in Atlanta, and she was like, I'm coming to Candyland. I want to know where I need to stay and what I should eat and where I should go. Like, she's just coming for a whole weekend from Atlanta.
Wow.
Just casually. So we're really
How
excited
much fun.
about that. Yeah.
All the way from Atlanta, and
All the way,
they've got.
just getting feedback from people like that,
Well, we've had people here
That's
from
exciting.
Australia for this. I remember
It's exciting.
about 3 years ago, we branded a guy here and his wife, and they were from Australia.
Wow.
Now, that's might have been a coincidence. That's still pretty wild. Folks, we're gonna take a break now, and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back to What's Up, Covenant County. So glad to have lovely Miss Maggie Jones here from the Andalusia Chamber of Commerce. I would say she's from the Andalusia Chamber of Charm. She's a lovely guest to have on the show, and so is Chrissy Duffy, the lady that's, I guess, the executive secretary.
Chrissy's our executive director.
Director, and y'all do such a good job there. We were talking about your big fundraiser, which comes up this month, the 13th annual Andalusia Chamber of Commerce golf tournament, and then we talked about Candyland. What a big deal that's going to be. It's going to be kick off with a Christmas parade on the 29th day of November, and the theme is going to be classic Christmas songs, and that's going to, I think that's just going to be great.
Yeah.
And then we'll have, of course, Candyland and that kind of stuff. But this month we've still got some other big things going on.
Oh, I do.
One of which I think is one of the most incredible bargains I've ever heard of in my life.
Great.
The Dale Carnegie course that y'all are going to have those people come in.
Yes, that actually will be right after the golf tournament. It'll be on September the 11th. And they will host their 90-minute workshop. We'll have it at the chamber, and it will begin at 8:30 in the morning, and will end around 10. And the speaker will come and do his whole presentation, and we're just excited to offer that completely free. So they'll be here at the end. It'll be a workshop based on effective communication and skills and tactics. So we have a whole list of all the things that you'll be able to learn at the class. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our e-newsletter where I keep you informed about all the upcoming events and classes and workshops and everything that's going on in Andalusia. But on top of that, you can find out more information through our website, through our Facebook page. And if you're interested in signing up for the Dale Carnegie class, you can just call us at the chamber, 222-2030, and I can get you signed up.
222
2030.
30. Well, what an easy number to remember. I like that. You know, I've got it in my phone, but I've never looked at it that way. I just go to the chamber.
Yes.
You know. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with the Dale Carnegie course. I don't think it.
I think we had it, I think Chrissy said when I think it might have been 4 years ago.
4 or 5 years ago.
And that it was amazing and that all the participants really got a lot out of it. And so it's our hope when they approached us about doing another one and we were able to kind of figure out how to offer it for free. It's our hope that our, businesses and, employees will attend this class because everybody could use help in better communication tactics.
My wife took this same course from the same people that are teaching this course 30 years ago.
Wow.
And says it was the most significant educational course, and that includes high school and some college.
That's great.
That she ever took.
That's great.
And it's the same people. It's not like every 4 months a new Dale Carnegie franchisee pops up and then he makes all this money and or fails one and gets out of town. Yeah. These people have an established reputation, and they've been doing this for an awful long time. And my dad took the course too, and but I don't remember. He died when I was so young. I don't remember much more than the fact that he was profoundly affected by what how he learned to communicate better with people. Dad only had a 9th grade education.
Wow. And
but that was one of those life-changing experiences.
Great.
That he found that he could. After this, he found that he could effectively communicate with doctors and lawyers and bankers and people like that. He found out what the skills he needed to put himself on equal footing.
Right.
And once people figure out that you're pretty smart, they're going to listen to you, no matter whether you got scuffed up shoes or not.
And one of the most important things, and they talk about it in the description, is just listening. That's one of the most key points in communicating, is just being able to listen and to be able to push your thoughts behind and listen to them and think before you speak.
Think before you speak. I think one of the things that maybe we've lost as an art is the art of conversation. It seems like you see, and part of this is because of what you see on the news cycle. they've got this 3-minute bit where they've got two people that are ready to shoot each other, and one party never hears what the other one says because they're waiting to pounce in with what they've got to say.
Right.
And we've gotten where we don't listen.
Right.
It's a lost art. It's a great thing to learn. And but that course is gonna, if you've got fear of a fear, and it's believe it or not, the most common fear in the United States is having to get up and talk to somebody, speak in public. Now they're not gonna make you do that, but they're gonna show you some ways that you can break down that barrier. The barrier is you. Oftentimes, to show you how you can break down that barrier and become much more comfortable, and then, as a result, effective in communicating with other people. And in the end, that's about kind of getting your own way, isn't it?
Yes.
What I'll never forget reading somewhere that diplomacy was the art of letting someone else have it your way, and I think Dale Carnegie does a really good job of that.
Well, I'm excited. It'll be my first time taking it as well, so I'm looking forward to it.
What else have y'all got brewing in the pot?
We actually have, ending on August 31st, we'll be accepting nominations for new board of directors. And I cannot believe it's already time for this, but each year 5 directors roll off because they serve 3-year terms. So we'll need new positions available to be placed on the ballot. So if you know of anyone that's a chamber member in good standing that may represent your business industry or the community well, please just talk with them first and see if they'll be willing to serve, and then nominate them. I have a nomination tab through our website, and then we also have it linked up to our Facebook page, and you can easily nominate someone who may be good in that, and then from there our nominating committee will go through, and we'll have a ballot that will go out as soon as that's over. August 31st is the deadline, though, for those nominations.
It's my understanding that you can actually see the pictures of the people that are on the board.
Yes.
From your website.
Yes.
Now to go to your website, where do they have to go?
Just andalusiachamber.com.
Right.
andalusiachamber.com, and then you can click on board of directors or about our chamber, and then it lists. And it lists each director, board of director, but it also lists their occupation as well. So you can kind of tell what industry they're representing that's on our board, if that makes sense.
You've got a fine board out there right now.
We do.
I think you've got
They're
a
so
great
active, and
chamber president. John Yanes is
Will Bumpers is our
Will Bumpers,
president.
I don't know why I got John in there.
He's great also.
Will Bumpers
is
is a great guy. He's one of those quiet guys that already knows the answers before he asks the question.
Will is very intelligent, and Macy is our VP, Macy Jesse.
Right.
And Missy Pierce is our treasurer.
Right. Got some smart people there.
Yeah.
And they do a good job. Speaking of doing a good job, folks, we've talked about all the things the Chamber of Commerce does. And believe it or not, they don't do it because they just have this great capacity to do things because they want to. They want to help this community grow.
Absolutely.
But it's work for them. And they represent a better value for most of the people in Covington County than just about anything else that you can do. Now, I'm an individual member, and if I were to, and I have calibrated some of this because numbers kind of interest me, is if you're a member of the Andalusia Chamber of Commerce and you take advantage, if you're just a single member like I am, and you take advantage of all the things they offer through the year, you pay, $50, I think it is. And I calculated just the free events are worth nearly $500 a year.
Well, we hope you see value in your membership, and we all hope also those who aren't members, they see, I know they see value throughout the community of all that we do. So.
Well, they do, and there's one thing, are y'all still doing the thing with Troy University?
Yes, actually we do, and they even offer, yes, absolutely, the Troy University Small Business Development Center, they come every other month, and free, just free. Just sign up. It was in our latest edition of the Impact, and that's something else. We have plenty of those inserts that go in the Andalusia Star News. Impact's available at our office as well. If you don't get the Star News or
Right.
you want another copy of it, we have those available, and we announce things like that in that publication about, you know, free assistance if you're opening a business or you're just an individual trying to get, you know, a status with something and trying to start up a nonprofit or whatever it may be. We're here to help. We're here to be that liaison with the Troy University Small Business Development Center, and even if it's nothing to do with that, I helped a lady the other day with her QuickBooks stuff, and I'm by no means an expert, but I'm going to get her in touch with somebody who is an expert to help her, help her grow as a person and with her accounting, and then in turn help grow her business.
Right, and that helps Andalusia,
Yeah.
Covenant County.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we've got to end this, and dadgum, I hate it. It's not often that I get company that's good to talk with, but I thank you for coming in
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you for the information that you
Yes,
brought
sir.
us.
Yes, sir.
And thank y'all, the whole chamber, your board, and everybody else, for what y'all do for us every day that we don't say thanks for.
Thank you.
Folks, we'll see you soon.